So a little bit ago, I made a video talking about how I was publishing a book, and it basically is going to contain my philosophical thoughts. It has a heavy influence from Ayn Rand, but not in the way that you would think. Because for the past couple of years, I've been noticing that there has been a very scary increase in sociopathic personality traits. Narcissistic, or at the very least, borderline sociopathic. Not giving a fuck about people unless they can directly benefit you. People making moronic arguments for the destruction of social programs that actually feed children. And I'm just like, okay, what the fuck is going on, dude? So I basically created a school of philosophy that basically points out that it's in human nature to give a fuck about other people. Not even just direct friendship connections, but people in general. And my philosophy basically employs this idea that the mind and body are not separate entities, they're connected, and one affects the other, and one cannot make decisions without the other. Well, no, duh, your brain can't fucking do this without fucking thinking about it. Shut the fuck up, that's not what I mean. What I mean is your emotions are attached to your logic, which is also attached to your self-interest. Your emotions gives things weight, your logic plans things out, and your self-interest makes sure that you don't fucking die by putting your biological needs first. However, each one of these things can affect the other. Your emotional center, if not regulated properly, can give you a fucking panic attack and make you have a heart attack or a fucking stroke. Your logical epicenter can actually calm you down by showing you the processes of how something should or should not make sense. And your self-interest makes sure that you eat, sleep, and do all the other necessary bodily functions that you need in order to maintain your life, as well as telling the other two what to do in order to keep them in check. These are not all separate entities or divisions of the brain. These are all things that are intermingled into a fucking soup of convoluted complications that develops your personality. And the main moral goal of anyone is to maintain balance between all of these things. You can't come off as too analytical because you come off as a pretentious cocksucker. You can't be too emotional because you come off as a fucking blue-haired Tumblr bitch. You can't be too fucking self-interest motivated because you become a greedy asshole. And it also brings into the conversation that rational self-interest should include other people. Because as much as we like to deny it, humans are animals, and animals have base instincts, and one of humans' base instincts is to have social connection. Humans are social creatures, point blank period, whether we want to fucking admit it or not. And even though reality is objective, the shit that we can do can affect reality. Not on some fucking Harry Potter fucking magic type shit, but on the sense that we can create smartphones and build fucking constructs and massive skyscrapers and shit. The chemicals and the fucking materials for these things, like a smartphone, have always existed. But humans' sentience can actually imbue reality-changing effects on that objective reality. So as well as the fact that we have sentience and our capacity for understanding and knowledge brings that sentience to life, my book is also going to go over the fact that because our sentience does have an effect on reality, a collective responsibility does need to be understood between all people of the planet. And the collective responsibility just means it's within your self-interest to maintain the 4 key pillars of life, because if you don't, shit's gonna fucking hit the fan. So to just keep it bare bones, the book is basically about how everything around us is real, but because of humanity's ability to build and create shit, we affect the things around us, and therefore the people around us, since humans are social creatures and we can't really fucking change that. So it's within all of our best interest to make sure that the key pillars of life are fucking maintained, because if other people have nothing to lose, then shit hits the fan. It's going to go over how our brains work, how our brains operate, how in contrast to Ayn Rand's beliefs, altruistic tendencies aren't really a detriment or immoral. They're actually a logical function that humans have. And it shows the importance between maintaining a balance between self-expression and independent agency. Now, do I have a degree in philosophy or any kind of fucking word crafting theory or any shit like that? No, I don't. But do you really need a fucking degree in brain studies to point out the obvious that we should really give a fuck about each other? And there's going to be a bunch of fucking people that are going to try and debunk what I say, and there are going to be people that are going to try to point out the flaws in everything I say, but hey, they can fucking do that if they want to. I don't really give a fuck. I just want my message to be put out there into the ether, because I feel like that is a life's goal of mine. Now, don't get it twisted. I'm not going to be doing all this fucking philosophical mumbo-jumbo fucking political activist shit all the goddamn time. I just feel like this is something that I need to do in order to participate in the collective responsibility, which is something that I'm going to go over in the book as well, so yeah. But also, I'm going to be talking about this type of shit on occasion in videos, and I might make a video breaking down the entire school of my philosophy, because I also want it to be accessible to as many people as possible, and also might make a simplified version of the book as well, so I can just get to the brass tacks of what the fuck I'm talking about. For others that want an in-depth look on what I'm talking about, but also for the people that want the fucking Cliff Notes version. Oh, also, the book is going to go over my thoughts on gun rights and what we as a society need to do in order to protect ourselves from people that are honestly extremely dangerous and a detriment to what we actually need to actively go towards as a collective society. So it covers all that shit. Yeah, but that's basically my thoughts. See ya.